Well, what better way to celebrate fall than to fall into some comfort food that is warm and toasty, maybe a Reuben sandwich. We have got Ravage Deli's Corey Cross. He is back with us. I know that you saw him last week and he had a killer sandwich. Well, he's doing it again, this time with a fan favorite known as the Scrapple Reuben. Is that correct?
That is correct. The Scrapple Reuben is something that we do at Ravage Deli. It started out on our secret menu and it's now made its way over to our regular menu. Something that we try to do for all of our dishes is start with something that we love, the Reuben, and then take it to the next level. So in this case, we're going to be using the Scrapple.
So there's always a twist when it comes to Ravage Deli. So this is based on the classic Reuben. Walk me through the process.
Okay, so we're going to start off with a nice hearty bread. This is going to be the bread from the Rustik oven. We chose it because of its size. We also chose it because it speaks to who we are as Ravage Deli by using natural ingredients, natural and simple ingredients. And that's how we like to do it over at the deli as well. We're just going to start off a little bit of butter in the pan. We're not going to go anywhere near the amount of butter that we were using on the grilled cheese recipes, but just a little bit of butter in here to get things going.
Right.
And then our bread down. We're gonna start this open face, and that way we can get a nice melt on this Swiss on both sides.
Got it.
So you can go down with the Swiss on both sides of the bread, and then we're gonna bring in our sauerkraut. Now, common misconception is that you got to take that sauerkraut and cook it, on the griddle to get it nice and going. Not necessarily. In most cases, you're going to find the sauerkraut that you're getting at the store is already prepared fully. So we're going to let the steam and the heat of the sandwich just naturally heat up this sauerkraut.
You want it warm. You don't want it like cooked through, right? For sauerkraut like that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And then the same thing with the corned beef. So the corned beef's already cooked. We're just looking to get a little bit of heat. Taking it too far, I'm just going to scoot her over right here, but taking the corned beef too far on the skillet is going to dry it out, and then you're just going to have a nasty dry Reuben. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get this corned beef warmed up, and while that's warming up, I like to bring the Thousand Island in while we're doing the sandwich itself, and I'm going to spread that on both sides.
Okay.
Thousand Island is a safe dressing that's going to hold up to this heat, and it's going to give us that traditional Reuben taste. Now, the star of this show is that Scrapple, and I started to do a little bit ahead of time because you really want to get that nice crispy Scrapple. Let's see if I can get that up on the camera. I see it.
There. So that's your
that
secret.
Nice crispy Scrapple on the outside. Most definitely.
The Scrapple on the roof?
That's exactly where I want it. So we're going to put that right here on top of that sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And then now that we've got some nice heat on our corned beef, we're going to come back over with the corned beef itself.
Chef Corey, you are not messing around because that sandwich is getting piled high.
Not at all. Thank you. To the roof, as we say, to the roof.
Well, you know what? I'm impressed that bread is so durable that it can hold up to it, but it actually looks really good and soft at the same time. Does that make sense?
It's the artisan take on the Rustik oven bread. So it not only is have a great shape and it gives us enough room to work on a Ravage Deli sandwich, but it also can hold up to the stuff that we're putting on it.
Yes.
I've already touched on the natural element of it. All in all, it's a very well-rounded bread. It has a 7-day shelf life. You don't have those preservatives inside. Really well-rounded bread for these recipes.
It's going to hold up to it. And I like bread like that because if you're doing a tuna fish sandwich and you want something that's not going to soak through or get soggy, or for me, I'm plant-based and I just load it with so many veggies or maybe a different like dressing that I'm putting on, I need a bread that's going to hold up to that and not be that gross squishy thing when you there's nothing worse.
No, we do a powerhouse at Ravage Deli too, which is the vegetarian sandwich, and their grains and seeds bread, I did it up on one of those. It is phenomenal. It holds up, no mushy, none of that liquid coming through from the veggies. Really well done.
And that's another thing that I love about Ravage Deli too, is it's like everyone is covered. So if you're plant-based like me, or I'm going with my girlfriend who is definitely a carnivore. She is going to be taking care of Ravage Deli. Where can we get it locally though too? I know we can go to the deli, get a sandwich there, but if we want to just pick up this bread at home, like if I'm going to do stuff in my kitchen and try and be you, where should we go?
So it's new to the East Coast. You're going to be able to get it in local supermarkets around the area.
Wonderful. Good. So we don't have to hunt too much. We just go to the grocery store. We'll be able to find it. All right. Chef Corey, thank you so much for being back with us. And we're going to have to bring you back again. You always make me hungry. We'll be right back with Barbecue Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.